Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. The Champions League draw has happened. Is this one of the earliest stream I'm doing where it's not a watch along? Might be a record. That's what happens when you sleep well and everything's Gucci, like the shirts with the snakes on them. So we drew PSG. Bayern Munich will be taking on PSG, and I'm ready. There's people in my chat going, "Oh, PSG, we didn't want PSG." Dorks, man. Dorks. We're literally the best team in the world. No one can convince me otherwise. We play flexible football. We're able to defend. We're able to attack, control games. We can do everything. PSG is nothing to me. Nada. Lionel Messi, man. Lionel, my GOAT. Sorry, we're sending you into retirement. Neymar Jr. It's probably February, right? Okay, his sister will be having her birthday. Or he might need to get back to Brazil to smash mommy. Neymar ain't, yeah, bro, Neymar and Mbappe. Look, I get it. People are looking at this PSG game. They're looking at Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. They're looking at it on paper. But we have Jamal Musiala. We have Leroy Sané. We can play a game where we create no chances and then in 2 minutes score 2 goals. We can do that. We have the element in us now. PSG can have all the great players they want. While we also have great players, the difference is we're a team. We're 11 players, and then the substitutes, of course. Whereas they're a team of individuals, 11 individuals that all work for maybe their individual accomplishments. And that's the difference. Mbappe's crying about penalties. Do you ever see that at Bayern? Do you see Mane crying with penalties? You should stop taking penalties, to be fair. But do you ever see that whole, just contention in the dressing room? Even when we have a little bit of a thing going on with some players unhappy, you don't see it affect our team performance as it does with PSG. PSG is a very beatable team. They drew 2 games to Benfica. Are we better than Benfica? Yeah. And this is revenge. PSG beat us in 2021. They made it out like it was the greatest win of their lives. Neymar was celebrating just to go lose to Man City, but, albeit it's a different season, different players. They also have a player we know, Renato Sanchez. So, PSG is a game that doesn't really scare me. They don't move me, man. Even when we played them in the final, yes, I was nervous, but I kind of always knew we would win. I mean, in my previews, I was telling you, let's keep our high line. Let's keep doing what we were doing. Everyone was like, it's PSG. We need to drop our high line and stop playing it. And Hansi was like, no. Then he laughed it off and we won the game. Here's the thing. We have the mentality to beat any team in the world. PSG is scared to draw us. It's not the other way around. Any team doesn't want to play us. Even Real Madrid, to a certain extent, don't want to play Bayern because we have the ability to turn it up against any team. We can beat any big team by a really scary margin and make it embarrassing. And we will do that to PSG. I don't care. We went to their stadium and beat them. In 2021, people forget this. We didn't have Levy for the first leg. Choupo-Moting was out here scoring the goals for us. But now we have a team with enough depth. So even if someone got injured, I'm not concerned. We have variety in our midfield. Kimmich is in the form of his life, controlling every game, and I don't see how we lose this tie. I don't see how we go to the Signal Iduna Park and lose. I don't see how we lose in the Allianz Arena this year. And I know you're saying Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. Yeah, that's great on paper. But in a big game when it matters, what you're going to see is Lucas Hernandez pocketing Neymar and Mbappe just like he did. Upamecano is going to drop a performance you've never seen before. De Ligt, if it's him playing, will play like that as well. You'll see Alphonso Davies destroying Hakimi, who isn't the greatest defensively. You'll see Nuno Mendes having to go against Mazraoui. We have a right back that can attack now. You'll see Musiala just going back and forth with Danilo Pereira. And you'll see PSG's defensive deficiencies come to light. You're going to see Nagelsmann out-coach Galtier, whatever his name is. You're going to see a well-drilled Bayern team with discipline, We're not going to concede an early goal, and we're going to win the tie. I don't care what y'all say. I'm confident. I don't care. We're cooking you. We're cooking PSG. We're going to save football once again. Oil money will not run this game. No Champions Leagues for these oil teams. None of that. I don't know why people are scared. I don't know. The last time De Ligt played Mbappe, Kylian became a teenage ninja mutant turtles, whatever turtles, the thing. You know what I'm saying? Teenage mutant ninja turtles. He turned into Don Mbappe, Donatelli. Come on, man. I don't want to hear this whole, Mbappe, Neymar. We got Musiala. We got Sane. Chaos. We can cause chaos. A nice little Gnabry brace. I'm talking. Let me speak. Let me speak. Sit down, relax, drink water, as Pep would say. All right? I don't know why people think we can't, handle PSG. There's some people predicting Bayern lose. No, man, I'm telling you, those PSG players just know that feeling of playing Bayern. And you know what? Nagelsmann has to deliver. And he has the team now. He has all the good players he always asks for. He has the depth, the center backs, the midfield, the wingers, not the striker. But even then, we have Choupo, and we don't even need to have a striker. We didn't have Choupo for a good portion of the season. He only just came on in the last 7 games. We didn't even have Choupo for the first leg in Barcelona. We have Thomas Müller, space interpreter, big game players. How many big game players do PSG have? Well, assuming Messi will almost really be, it's not the same Messi. If this is Messi from 2015, I'd be shaking. But this is Messi where he's more of a creator. He goes into the central region. Actually, Messi plays everywhere. Sometimes he goes out wide. He does layoffs, and his passing is crazy. So we have to be careful with those runs. But I trust my defense. I trust this team. I trust our defensive balance in midfield. I trust us. I know we can do it easily. Now, other draws, man. Boys, we'll maybe elaborate more into PSG and what they're good at. Ramos, Messi, Neymar, Mbappe. Forget about Mane. Mane ain't our guy, but we got ballers everywhere, man. We have ballers everywhere. So let's look at other draws. I think it's so embarrassing that RB Leipzig is shivering versus Man City. How beta is it that the Leipzig official Twitter account is sending messages just shivering? Man City is Man City. What message is that sending to your players that your official account is scared of Man City? Oh, I mean, no Bundesliga team really got a good draw like that. Frankfurt drew Napoli, and everyone's like, "Ooh, Napoli's gonna win." It's like, bro, you never know, right? Frankfurt is a team that fought for their position. They're not going to go to Napoli and bend over. Napoli's really good, but bro, this whole situation could change in 3 months. We're waiting till February of 2023 to start the knockouts. You never know what could happen. All of a sudden, someone signs a player and it changes them. Oh man, Inter got a really good draw. It's funny how we went 6 wins in our group and got one of the toughest teams in the competition. Look, in order to win the Champions League, you're gonna have to beat the toughest teams, and we're drawing one of the toughest teams. So I'm happy about that. Real Madrid drew Liverpool. Do you think Madrid fans are shivering? No, they're just gonna take it like business, because that's what this is, business. Liverpool could easily sign 2 players in January that change their team. But Leipzig's one of the most informed teams, kind of coming into that form this season. Look how many points they're collecting. At home, they collected more points than any other team in the Bundesliga, I think. Something crazy like that. And away, they finally won and started collecting points. They went from losing to Shakhtar Donetsk to beating Shakhtar by a good margin. They went to Celtic Stadium and beat them. Man City aren't this Man City that y'all know. They're one-dimensional now. Haaland makes them one-dimensional. Now, do I think Leipzig wins? I think if City come with their elements and come with their best players, they win. But you never know. I actually think Leipzig, it's a tight game. It's a tighter game than people expect. Leipzig don't play this three at the back thing with young defense. They have Willy Orban who against Real Madrid. Leipzig beat Real Madrid. People don't forget. So these Bundesliga teams just sucking up to these Prem teams on Twitter is kind of crazy to me, man. Dortmund fans should be confident against Chelsea. Chelsea's easy work, light work. But going back to Leipzig, Leipzig can beat Man City. They're going to have the first game at home. All they got to do is win. And they already beat Man City last season. They beat them. And they went to Man City's stadium and scored 3 goals. City scored 5. But on aggregate, Leipzig technically won, right? It's like 2-0 in their stadium and then 5-3. So, I don't know why Bundesliga teams act like such betas, man. Beta cucks. I hate it so much. I despise it. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I think we're going to have 3 Bundesliga teams at least in the round of the quarterfinals, the round of 8, and we're going to be moving. 3 teams out of 5 will be from the German league, and that's going to be beautiful. Whoever gets Club Brugge or Benfica is going to be so interesting after the round of 16s, man. That's everyone was kind of hoping their team would get either Club Brugge and Benfica. And Club Brugge and Benfica ended up going together. There's always that one round of 16 tie no one's going to watch. This is, you know what this is? If City managed to beat Leipzig, they're going to get either Club Brugge or Benfica because that's just something City do. I would have loved if Spurs got second in their group and we drew Spurs. I would have loved that because, I did say we need a big team. We don't need Porto or we don't need Club Brugge or Benfica. We need a hard team. We need toughness. And I love the fact that it's PSG. PSG are a team that can beat any team, but except Bayern Munich when it matters. And I think, in 2021 they beat us. But remember, we had so many injuries. We had so many issues. Alaba was a center back. Lucas pocketed Neymar, man. I don't want to hear this nonsense. Lucas Hernandez pocketed Neymar. That's it. He pocketed Neymar. And I get it. PSG is a good team. Florian says Spurs would have been amazing. I want all the English teams. My man just wants to Grim Reaper each Prem team. Look, man, Twitter makes you believe football is different than it is. Really, it's just 2 games, 90 minutes each, and 1 in your stadium, 1 away. And what you have to do is try to find a way to score more goals than your opponent. That's it. It's a simple game, but Twitter makes it more complicated. Oh, because that one time, that thing that happened, I am bored of PSG, though. Didn't we draw PSG in our group? And then they did a redraw? No, this was last year, right? And then we got a different team. Oh, Man United got Barcelona. By the way, hit the like button if you haven't. Let's hit 50 likes, man. And let me know what you're feeling. Mo says Man City always gets the easy draw, and yet they can't win the Champions League. I don't think it's an easy draw this time. An easy draw is Club Brugge or even Frankfurt. I don't think Leipzig is an easy draw for anyone. I have a lot of stocks in Leipzig players. I think Nkunku is at a level right now that he's on Ballon d'Or form, man. This dude's scoring like crazy. I think Vardio is getting back in form, but he's not even their main center back. Abdou Diallo is one of those gems. They got him on loan, and this guy cooks, man. He came from Dortmund, went to PSG, didn't play. Now he's at Leipzig, cooking in the Champions League. Willy Orban's one of the best center backs in the world, but people don't know that because they don't watch football outside of England. People watch City. They don't watch Leipzig. So when Leipzig starts playing Marco Rose ball and overwhelm City with possession, they're going to be confused as hell on the transition with possession. They're going to be confused. The combination play Marco Rosa's instilled at Leipzig is crazy. And that's how you beat a team like City. Defend well and transition well. So I think Frankfurt will probably get smoked by Napoli, let's be wrong. But let's be honest here. The Serie A is very slow. Even when you watch Napoli play, it's just not quick. You know, and when I say I mean intensity. I don't mean they can't play fast. No, that's not what I mean. I mean intensity. When Frankfurt play in the Bundesliga, it's up, down, up. The intensity is high. So that's how we beat Inter. They said it. You know, The Verge came out and said Bayern Munich's intensity is crazy. Every Bundesliga team has it because they play in it week in, week out. That's why sometimes they lose because the intensity is too high. And then there's a team that defends and stops their pressure and then counters them. If you notice, in most UCL ties, they kind of let the German teams have the ball a little bit and then counter them. So what we need to do, or what Frankfurt need to do against a team like Napoli, is defend and then counter. Do the opposite. Let them have the ball and then have the intensity on the counterattacks. Press them high. And Liverpool beat Napoli, and that was a Liverpool team. So there's holes in these Italian teams, man. I think Spurs had a good draw in AC Milan, but I think they're going to get cooked, to be honest. I'd love to see Spurs lose. I kind of low-key don't mind seeing two Italian teams in this competition. I think by the end of the round of 16s, two English teams would have gone out. Actually, three. I don't think Chelsea survives Dortmund. I think City probably survived Leipzig, but it's closer than people think. And I think Liverpool lose to Real. That's how I see this going. I don't see Spurs going through Milan. Spurs suck, man. Even I don't care who they buy, they suck. It's Conte ball. It's boring. Conte's record in the Champions League is bad for a reason. He's incapable of coaching quality football. He thinks just doing the macho thing is going to win him games. Sometimes it works, but most times it doesn't because other teams have the macho gene. If you have enough elements to get through the group stage into the round of 16 in a hard group, then you have enough elements to survive a team like Spurs. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Milan will go through Spurs. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Why don't you think Spurs will beat Milan? Well, AC have a lot more to look. They have a really complete team, and they have a better manager. They play better football overall, and I think they were unlucky against Liverpool when their one guy got booked. Not Liverpool, Chelsea. When their one guy got booked, they were having a good game, and then they got unlucky in the group stages, but still somehow grinded this. Spurs, on the other hand, are a team that suck. So it's a team that sucks, man. Frankfurt's director has left, and he's going to join Watford. Dude, what the hell? That's the most random transfer I've ever seen. That's interesting, man. He's the dude that got Kolo Muani, Ben Manger. That's crazy. Nah, man. You're getting a nice little director of football role. Why don't you just stay there at Frankfurt? I've never seen a black dude be a director of football. You might as well just remain there, my man. Remain there. You should have just been there, man. I don't know what I'm saying. Who's going to win PSG versus Bayern and why? There's a stream here for about 20 minutes. I can't keep repeating myself, So I did watch PSG's game against, who was it? I mean, what's crazy? If Benfica didn't go to Maccabi Israel and score 6 freaking goals, we would have probably drawn Benfica. If you think about it, because they would have been second and PSG would have been first. Because they had the same goal differential, except Benfica scored more away goals. So if they just scored 5 instead of the freaking 6, you would be playing Benfica this day. Well, I think it's always interesting how these things work, man. It's always funny. Only concern is all our center backs are injury prone. Chupo, King, Ko bring their game on. Why can't you just say Musiala? Why do you have to Spanishalize his name? Muzi. You've never heard Muli for Thomas Muller, right? Why, man? So look, I think if we drew PSG and it was September, how we were playing in September, I would have been like, nah. But now I see what Nagelsmann's doing with this team. I trust my manager, and we're going to get the job done. It's light work. This ain't as hard as people think. PSG isn't that team, bro. They're not Real Madrid. They don't strike fear in my heart. We're gonna cook them. That's it. There's nothing. I don't have anything more to say. They're not this team people think they are. Everyone thinks PSG is just the mighty, bro. They're all right. You know, they're all right. They're fine, I guess. Liverpool for sale. Nah, Liverpool about to get good owners, bro. Oh my gosh, man. No, lineup is impossible to call it in 3 months. Well, the beauty of having squad depth is that even if someone gets injured, we have players for them. And, you know, who's to say the World Cup doesn't affect the Champions League? You know, I think the World Cup will be interesting. Man, Barcelona drawing Real Madrid. That's going to be so funny. Because Barca's going to run through, no, not Real Madrid. Barca's going to run through Man United. It's light work for them. I get it. You know, United fans are saying, "Ooh, it's not 2011 anymore." It's bro, but you're not that good, and they're really good. Do you follow Bavarian football? I don't read articles like that, but I read some of their stuff sometimes. I really do follow German football news. So, you know, because, you know, Bayern already have so many, you know, so much news going for it that I try to follow other, like just general German news. So, what did Thomas Muller say about this draw? Muller's such a prophet, man. This guy always says something that ends up being true. Hello, Levy, we are coming, and then we smoked them, man.
Bonjour again.
No way he said bonjour. Oh man, my lips. I need some. God damn, I need some water, man. So this is what Thomas Muller said.
Paris. Two very good teams with very good players. Sadly, one cannot go to the next round. This time, no au revoir. Also, last time I had big respect for Paris. I'm looking forward to this very big duel in the next year. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's the face of the man. He knows, man. It's Man City's year. Bro, y'all be saying that every year. You know, City's worse now than. I don't know why City's one-dimensional. City is basically what Bayern have always been or were with Levy. They're more like crap. They're not as good as you think they are. I don't know why is that hard to believe. City aren't that good. They play. Bro, if De Bruyne is not performing and Haaland's not performing, who's scoring goals? If Phil Foden ain't scoring, who's scoring? We had a game with 6 different goal scorers. We can score from corners. City are very one-dimensional. It's Haaland running behind. De Bruyne, please pick it up. It's so obvious that Man City have that hole in their game now. It's so obvious. It's crazy. City get overrated every year, man. They're always favorites. Always favorites. For City and PSG, always favorites. Just because they haven't won it before doesn't mean they'll win it now. The Champions League isn't something you get because it's your turn. It's something you earn. It's something you get through history. That's why there's a saying, you can't buy the UCL. Because it's so much more than just a trophy City can pay and win. The Prem, yeah, they can do that. They can just buy as many players as they need and just keep winning. But it's like the Champions League, man. You need the elements. They couldn't beat Olympic Lyon because Sterling missed a chance and Lyon wanted it more. If you want it more than City, which is easy, just want it more, man. And Pep Guardiola is their biggest problem. Pep's the greatest tactician of all time, but he's not in my top 5 greatest managers of all time. There's a difference. Pep has instilled this beautiful system into football, and that's great. I respect him, but I don't think he manages players well in big games. He always changes his system. Did Hansi Flick change his system when he won in 2020? No. Flick just went, okay, this has been working. Let's keep it going. Why would you change your system if you're already winning? And Pep does that he's not changing his habits. It's who he is. Nagelsmann did it last season. You change it. Big games, change it. Oh, let's match the opponent. This season, we're playing the same formation every week in the same way, regardless of opponent. Played it against Barca, played it against Inter, we have against Dortmund, against Leipzig. We are playing the same system, the same formation. We played the 4-2-2 at the beginning, and then he eventually decided, all right, we don't have a striker, so let's maybe not play with 2 strikers because we don't have one. Let's just play with one. And we've been doing the 4-2-3-1 thing for forever now. So that's the beauty of having a manager that knows what they're doing and knows what they want and won't change it. Nagelsmann has simplified his coaching. And Bild and Kicker, if it was just Bild saying it, then I wouldn't believe it. But all these journalists keep saying Bayern Munich, Nagelsmann was criticized for his training sessions because there were too many complex drills. And then this season, they're saying he simplified them. And training is a lot simpler to understand for the players. So, Man City are ahead of Real Madrid for favorites. But you know why? If Real played City in a final again, or not again as if it happened, it was Liverpool they played, but if Real played City in a final, Real would win. It's not that the Champions League is this trophy. All right, it's your turn to win. It's who wants it more and whose legacy depends more on it. Real Madrid would always want it more because it's their trophy, they feel like. So whatever you say about City, it is true that they'll always have some of the best players in the world. The problem is it's not as easy as you think. It's not as easy as you think. When Serge Gnabry just decides to score a brace against you because he wants it, what are you going to do? It's his game. You're just living in it. What are you going to do when Gnabry decides, I want a hat trick against PSG because that looks good on my record? What are you going to do? So quit putting City as favorites, although they should always be. Well, if you haven't won it for 6 years of being favorites, then when are you going to win it? Liverpool won it before City, and City had a better team. City can win as many Prems as they want because they can be consistent in league games. But just like Pep did at Bayern, they can break all the records, goals, assists in league games. But when it comes to semifinals, that Diego Simeone will always you'll always destroy you somehow. And that's what I think we lacked last season, the elements. We have those elements now. And we have the depth. So if Pavard got injured, we have Mazraoui. Well, no, Pavard's backup. So if Mazraoui got injured, we have Pavard. If De Ligt got injured, Lucas Hernandez, Upamecano. If Upa gets injured, Lucas Hernandez, De Ligt. We got options now. Midfield, if Kimmich gets injured, we're screwed. But he never gets injured. If Goretzka gets injured, we have Gravenberch. Sabitzer. You know what I'm saying? Muller gets injured. We have Sane who can play the 10 position and do it well with that beautiful left foot. Messi's legacy with his left foot needs some serious revisionism because of what Sané's doing with his left foot. I'm excited for this game. Y'all should be too. I think all German teams are going through based on how they're playing now. I personally like Frankfurt and how Leipzig playing some good position football. Yeah, Leipzig play very good positional. I like how you said that, positional football. It's beautiful. The way they play out of pressure is nice. They did it against Real Madrid so well. If you can beat Real Madrid, any Real Madrid team, and you know what Real Madrid do, and they beat them 3-1. It could have been more. In their stadium. If you can do that, you can really do it against Man City. So here are the confirmed dates. February 14th, as you all know, that's when we play PSG. The first leg is away. That's good. I love having the away leg first because it gives you like the motivation to perform in their stadium because you don't want a crazy deficit going into your stadium. So you want to really try to win away from home. And I think honestly, Leroy will be in form. Sané will be in form. Coman might, spur back into form right in time for PSG. You know what that kid's like. He's like, oh, they kicked me out when I was young and sent me to Juventus, and I ended up at Bayern. I want revenge. He'll always want to play really well against a team from his country. Okay, second leg. FC Bayern, we're at home. I don't know why I'm reading the name, but on March 8th. So just 2 weeks, or actually 3 weeks, 3 weeks. And then we'll be at home. And then that's when it gets beautiful. Man, I can't wait. It's going to be fun. Coman winning header. I've been a City and Bayern fan since the 2019-20 season. I have to say City are far ahead of anyone this season. That's BS. That's not true at all. City should have lost to Dortmund twice. Dortmund, a team I don't rate Dortmund like that. I think Terzic is a bum, bro. He's relying on individuals to get him results. He's no different from Lucien Favre in that respect. At least he's giving Moukoko a chance to keep, shining. And, that's a young 17-year-old who's being relied upon as the main striker. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I think Terzic isn't that good of a coach. And he outcoached City twice in their own damn stadium. And Leipzig play better football and Leipzig got better players individually than Dortmund. The only difference is Leipzig got a bad start because of Tedesco. Now they have a really good manager who's capable of being flexible, changing things when he needs to. I think people just saying, it's some easy task for City is kind of stupid. A lot of these Premier League fans, man, they don't watch other teams. That's the problem. They don't watch the Bundesliga. So when Leipzig beats Real Madrid, they're surprised. But I said, Leipzig are going to beat Real because they played well in the first half when they played them the first time at the Santiago Bernabeu. And I think they want it more because they need the points because Donetsk could easily win against Celtic. Now, Donetsk lost against Celtic and dropped points against Real. So it allowed Leipzig, but even then Leipzig still beat Real Madrid. Like, I don't understand. Oh, my gosh. Nah, man. Man City could literally play Leipzig and beat. I think City are favorites to beat Leipzig, but I'm not counting Leipzig out. Because even in 2020, people were like, Leipzig suck. Atletico will beat them. And Nagelsmann coached a masterclass. And they almost beat PSG. No, they didn't almost beat PSG. Who did they almost beat? No, it was Atletico that they almost beat and ended up beating. Because it looked like they were going to lose. What am I saying? George in the chat, man. I don't know what I'm saying. So City's probably going to beat Leipzig. And then if Porto lose to, wait. So if Porto win against Inter, City will play Porto in the semis. If Benfica wins, nah, man, I need City to. I can't see City in a final, man. That can't happen. I wasn't surprised when Leipzig won against Real because Leipzig didn't take their chance. And yeah, man, I'm bullish on the Bundesliga. I'm bullish, Brixton bullish. I'm bullish. It's like stocks. I'm bullish. I know this league can do so much. Come on, man. Well, it was fun. Thank you all so much for watching. Hit the like button if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. When's Bayern playing? Is it tomorrow or Wednesday? When's the game? When are we playing? Tomorrow. Ooh. Who else is playing? Oh, man. I might actually be able to do a watch along for. Oh, I can't because I'm traveling. I'm an idiot. I can't. I'll do a watch along for tomorrow, of course. I travel on Wednesday, but I don't come back until like next week. So I don't think I can do the Schalke watch along. But when I come back from my trip, I will be able to make a stream doing half-season ratings. That's the second half of the season, or the first half of the season done. So, yeah, man. Yeah. Appreciate everyone for tuning in here. Mia, and peace.